Welcome back to Outex TV. So today we are reviewing the movie Men in Black International. It is the fourth one in the franchise. This one stars Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. So let's get into this movie review right now. Okay, so Men in Black International, the fourth one in the franchise. Now, this is got a connective tissue towards the other three. This is in the same universe, the same timeline. There is a reference there with a picture of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, their character, moving forward. That is all in there. So you will notice that this is tied into that universe. Now, straight off the bat, for me, I didn't think this movie was particularly bad or anything like that. I think it's a pretty fun movie. I enjoyed it. I had some fun with it. This is probably the best story in the franchise, and what I mean by that is actually the story throughout this movie is actually more compelling than the other previous ones. Because if you look, yes, the first one is still probably the best by far, but it is a pretty straightforward story, where this one isn't as straightforward, and that is what you want. You want that. Now, I think Chris Hemsworth was great in it. Tessa Thompson was great. Their chemistry was great. It wasn't quite as good as the chemistry as Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith had, but it was good. And the little character Pawnee is absolutely flippin' hilarious in this movie, and he stole the show as well. He was a great addition to this, sort of like the dog in Men in Black and stuff like that back in those ones. This is what he sort of is, and it is good to see that side of it. Now, a criticism that I have for this movie is they do play it safe. It is very safe. There's nothing really outside of the box, if you know what I mean. They don't take any risk in this movie. It's a pretty safe movie. They just follow it step by step, and it doesn't really wow you or give you that factor that makes you go, oh my god, this hasn't been in the other ones. And it kind of just goes through that sort of way, and that kind of hurt it for me. Now, the pacing of it was quite upbeat. It was kept going. I never felt myself being bored by any chance. And another criticism I have to give it is quite predictable. You do start putting pieces together very, very quickly before our leads do, and you kind of can see where it's going. So for me, that did hurt the film, that it was predictable and that it kind of was a bit, very safe and risk-free. And this is a world where it's so rich, such a rich world that they've created with the previous ones, and you kind of just want to step into this world and you want to see things out of the blue, out of the box, just things, be bold, be brave, take some risks, do something out of the box, make it its own, where it kind of felt like it was a pretty standard side story sort of thing in the Men in Black universe. Now, it is refreshing to see new faces, but it still had that same underlining meaning and element towards this movie that you kind of felt like I've sort of seen this before already in the other previous three. So I just wish they would do something a bit more bold and really go for it, and have a go. Don't play it so safe, and don't make it so predictable. Make it something like, wow, like holy moly, that is just, I didn't expect that. But you kind of expect everything that happens, and that's a downside to the movie. So overall, I had fun with it. I mean, it's not boring. It's nice, quickly paced. There is a few cons to it, but if you like the trailers, definitely go check it out. If you're into sci-fi, if you like the Men in Black franchise, definitely check it out, because it is a good, it's better than the second one. I can tell you that now. It is better than the second one by far. So I would go see it. I recommend go see it, especially if you're into sci-fi and all that stuff. So yeah. So that's been another video here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a lovely day.